So now I wanted to show the Myrtle Beach skyline. This is just a few minutes since my last post or my last recording. And the light from the sun is shooting directly over the clouds, hitting the buildings, and I am about a mile away. The Prince Resort is right there. I was up in the parking ramp. I wanted to show you some blue sky on some mostly flat water, right in the middle of the view. We've got the beautiful crepuscular rays coming through from the sun. I'm at Aloha Water Sports here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is facing directly south, and there's probably about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze right now. And we've had storm warnings around. We're going to get some more rain. There's flood warnings. Where I live, the house that you've maybe seen in some of the broadcasts is about 7 miles inland from here and only about 20 feet higher. What's nice about the sand is that the wind doesn't create ripples on it. There can be some sea foam, but the wet sand is a good reflector. Shows us the beauty of this. So I'm going to zoom in once again on the skyline, let you see that. It's over 20 miles away in the middle of the view. Damon's Restaurant right over there. I've got photographic evidence of that from this vantage point with my high zoom P900 camera I've got for sale for the best offer. Trying to flip this around. Okay, so when I flip the camera around, it zooms out. That's kind of a nice feature of that. Oh, it looks like I'm still zoomed in. There we go. A lot of times I'm barefoot on the sand, however the seashells there are pretty sharp. Right now I'm facing into the wind, we can see that with the flags and such. And then turning away gives me a bit of a wind break there. The clues are all around us about the world that we live in. What is it like? The sun, moon, and stars move above the face of the earth. So does the wind, the birds, the airplanes. The people are driving around. A lot of movement going around, a lot of busyness, a lot of busy people that are unfortunately in many cases deceived. Today with the wind like this, if they put some parasails up, they won't need to have much diesel used to pull the boats, the parasails. It's all kind of interesting. The wind will actually pull the boat backwards, is how that works out. Interesting to see the blue clouds in the middle of the shot there. And also to be fair with the evaluating information, the clouds bounce the light around so much. However, the sun is way closer than the 93 million miles they're saying to us. That is absolutely a lie. That's the heliocentric model. The sun worshippers worshiping the sun god, giving planetary names of Greek gods: Saturn, Venus, all of that, Neptune, Pluto. Basically, I'm exposing the lie. It's kind of interesting. Yesterday, I just had a realization that I have so much content. I'm trying to learn how to manage it. Feel free to contact me anytime with input on how you think I might be able to do that better, there's my contact info once again. It's easy to find my contact info. I had a short time of calling my channel Flat Earth, and the problem with that, as I talked with Robbie Davidson, he's worked with search engine optimization and a variety of other activities, including organizing the Flat Earth International Conference. Here's the problem with the name Flat Earth. There's too many searches of it, too much. It'd be very difficult for people to find me if they just saw YouTube Flat Earth, and there's a lot of ridiculous input that is out there as well, intentionally, like by the Flat Earth Society, and that to give a false perspective on all of this. So it was kind of an interesting thought. It's part of what's helped me to realize I'm a different guy, is to be able to evaluate information and learn from people that have some real good insight into these topics, like Robbie shared with me about that. And my wife Joni mentioned too some dynamics of it as well, and she was exactly right. And I told her so. She says, well, you didn't hear it from me, but you heard it from a friend, one of your crazy friends. Well, some of my friends might be crazy. Robbie isn't one of them. In fact, I don't know of anybody that's a friend of mine that I would actually categorize as crazy. People just have a quite different perspective on life. Here we've got the pelicans coming in hot. Let me zoom in on them, see how that works. I'm wanting to use my iPhone 10, work it a little bit harder. I've got the P900, which is wonderful. I like that a lot. And there's a lot that I can do with just this iPhone 10. It can handle way more water and rain than my P900 can. So the wet sand is really helpful to illustrate the reflections there, like I've mentioned. So for example, the wind is coming from where I'm pointing the camera, and look at what it does to the water. And yet when I flip it around and go the other direction, look at that. Isn't that pretty, the differences that makes? So we can see the ripples there, and then the real thin layer of water on the sand there. And like I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of rain that came through, hard and fast. People have a lot invested in their time here, like coming to vacation, so they'll be out jogging and fishing and surfing and parasailing, jet skiing, all of that. Now, once again, here we've got light hitting those buildings, which changes radically how much we can see them. For an eternal perspective, YouTube it.